It's not a
The Get Right podcast.
The podcast is Can't Get Right podcast. So I have a topic, and the question is, or this topic is, what's a character from a movie, TV show that did something that you can't forgive them for, or you feel is unforgivable? And that could, like I said, that could be from a movie, TV show, and that's even if they got their just due somewhere down the line.
Mine was Walter White in Breaking Bad. I feel like Walt fucked everything up. Walt ego is in the way. If Walt just chilled out and let Gustavo run everything, they'd all be still eating, they all still be getting money, he'd still be able to take care of his family. When nobody had died, Walt really fucked everything up with his ego and his pride. He got Mike killed, he got Hank killed, he got Gus killed, he got his family separated, he got himself, well, he died because of cancer when he came back, but it's so many different things that happened because of, go ahead.
You said when he came back?
His cancer came back.
His cancer came back,
Wait a minute, it came back? Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
at the end, his cancer came back. He got so many people killed and hurt. Shit, he was even getting, the result of him doing that was getting Jesse tortured to make meth. And they even got the girl that he was dating killed. And her son almost died. Go ahead.
Why you blame it on Walt?
Because all this happened because Gus died. If Gus didn't die, everything would have been running perfectly fine.
Why are you blaming Walt? Why you didn't blame Heisenberg?
Oh, that's funny. That's a good point, though.
I watched Breaking Bad, but I like that made me want to go back and watch it again because I don't remember, like when you say it was his fault. I don't remember exactly what he did for it to be his fault.
To make it real quick, Gustavo Fring, one of the best characters ever, had a drug lab where he was cooking it and he was running all the drugs through Leopoldo's Hermanos, his chicken factory. Mm-hmm. And he was paying Gus he was paying Walt like $8 to $10 million a year just to cook. Mm-hmm. That's all he had to do. And they started getting into it. They kept bumping heads because of Jesse. Jesse got mad because one of the drug dealers killed the little boy on the neighborhood that his girlfriend was dating. She knew the little kid or something like that. There was a family member or something. What was it? It was something like that.
It was a girl that Jesse was in love with that had like a
cousin or somebody that got killed.
Yeah.
But he was hustling. But the dude that got killed was one of the Jesse friends that killed him. I mean, that got killed by the kid. Right. So Jesse was pissed that Gus had people selling drugs from that was using kids to kill people. Mm-hmm. So that led to them beefing. And then Walt and Gus start falling out. So that's how it all led to them having this whole issue.
You can't really debate Pito on Breaking Bad. You know, like Pito is one of the ones that really took it, you know, like bull by the horn. He really, that was his show when it came out. Once he got introduced to it.
By Rob.
Yeah.
Rob kept telling me like, yeah, you need to watch this show. This show dumb. I'm like, man, that show garbage.
Pito's favorite word became bitch because of Breaking Bad. Because of Jesse.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it became a thing. Like, yo, bitch was it. you know, that was his favorite word for a long time because of that show. But
so that was one of the people that I was pissed off at was Walt, because he could have just chilled and got that money.
Right. Mm-hmm. So what about you, Rob?
Like I said, I told you it was Wild Bill on Green Mile, man. Cause the whole thing was if John Coffey, the black guy, the big guy, would have never got blamed if it wasn't for him. You know, it's Dell, stuff that they did to Dell, just the things that he did in the prison and stuff like that. And
I forgot about that.
It was so much that he did, man. It was just like, this dude was just like pure. He was retarded and pure evil at the same time. Like, he was like really like, you know what? Percy on Green Mile was worse than Wild Bill.
Percy was one of the guards, wasn't it?
Percy was the one that was the warden's wife's nephew.
Mm-hmm. He was a little.
He was a little gay one that was.
He was real timid.
But he was hell, and they say the movie compared to had nothing could compare to what the actual book had him doing. They say the book had him way worse than that. So I would say Percy more so than Wild Bill. I think I put them both together, man. Yeah.
Okay. So I got two. One of them is Jenny from Forrest Gump.
That's a good one.
You know, like,
oh, that's a good one.
Forrest was a
good dude.
Was a great person, like innocent.
It was same scenario.
Like he was a really good guy. Like
you gave that man a death sentence.
And I mean, like he ran to her rescue 3-4 times when people doing. And I'm talking about all the time he helped her out.
That man went against the Black Panthers for that girl.
That's insane. Like how you in a Black Panther party ready to fight somebody about her, and she ran off 3-4 times with everybody. And if I'm not mistaken, she definitely ended up getting AIDS, came back, died, got pregnant, gave him a kid, and bounced. Or did she pass?
No, she passed. But she definitely gave him that package too.
Right. Like,
cause he wasn't doggone smart enough to know that I didn't know what I was getting. Yeah. So like you just doggone decimated the family with your actions because like
even then
in a couple of years he gonna die and that little boy gonna be left alone too.
The little kid might.
Well, people don't die from AIDS no more. Just so y'all know.
What you know how long ago that was?
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Even when she got it, like who knows if she
stupid is a stupid dog.
Who knows if she knew what was going on?
Yeah. Well, no one knew then.
That was like the 70s.
She knew something but she said she had something that can't be cured too.
Oh, okay. So I forgot about that. But Jenny is one of them, and another one.
I ain't gonna lie real quick. I didn't know Jenny had AIDS.
Oh, you gotta watch the movie again.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, she took far through hell.
I knew about how she was doing him dirty. I know about the Black Panther thing. I remember that, and I remember when she ran off with the white dude that was whooping her ass. And he left. She got on the bus with him.
I think you should go back to Greenbow, Alabama.
Let me tell you something. If you, like you said, you believe in God, Forrest Gump love for Jenny was the closest thing to what God love is for us. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
For his people.
Yeah, so
who would you say go with?
The mom on
Waterboy.
On what?
On Snowfall.
Oh, okay.
Because at the end, she could have got that man's money back. She could have helped him get his money back, or she could have waited.
She rocked him.
Yeah.
You seen Snowfall?
I didn't finish it.
What?
Man.
Yeah, listen. Mom, like she could have chilled.
I personally feel like it wasn't gonna go down good either way. I feel like this.
What
was the CIA
doing? Was more of a problem.
That's another one.
Walt's wife was worse.
Walt's wife was another one.
That was Snowfall. He literally was about to get everything back, and now he was on a phone call to do it, and his mom killed him. And like it would kind of solidify that it was the end of everything.
Walt's son might be. When you go down the road of Breaking Bad, you kind of get a lot of people that kind of fish.
But I feel like Snowfall ending was like one of the best ways to end the show.
Yeah, because it was. They didn't walk off into the sunset all nice. So, and most of the time, that's what they do with shows. They just walk off into the sunset and know they have a happy ending. But in this case, it wasn't, which was a good twist, I believe, for the show.
And his acting was killing it, bro. Like the way he was killing that scene, asking for $20 and how happy he was just to get the bread. And he was just, the way they had him looking, the aesthetic, it was like, yeah. And the reason why I'm saying that, though, because I know personally, like a few people that have been through there. I got an uncle that was like getting bread back in the day. And like later on in his life, when I was like, kind of a kid still, I used to see him like, damn, he looked crazy as shit. Like he looked like a fucking monster. And then as I got older, I started learning like he used to be that nigga. Right. He used to be that dude. And then like one time I seen him take his shirt off, all this was cut up. He got hit with the 12 gauge shotgun, but he was high on coke and he ran to the hospital because he was high on coke.
The adrenaline.
And I'm thinking like this dude was a superhero.
That's crazy.
So I done seen people that's like kind of like Franklin in that set that I was like, that's realistic. That's how that shit play out sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. The auntie too, man. Like,
which one?
Aunt Louie.
Oh yeah. How she kind of just went against him on everything.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Like they took a stand, but it didn't.
I didn't finish Snowball, but I watched most of the season. I didn't finish that last season.
Finish.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. But those are a couple of them. I definitely got more characters. A couple people from.
But why did your mom piss you off so much on Snowfall? Like, why did it make you so bad?
Basically, she could have did that after she got the money. So that's what pissed me off. Like,
that's true.
All you had to do was wait a couple of minutes, hours, who knows. But you did it at a time and I guess to her, the money didn't matter, but at the same time, it would have
They killed her husband, so she was like, I'm gonna get my lead back.
Yeah, but she could have waited. I honestly feel like she could have waited.
Yeah.
So. But, logic versus emotional.
Yeah. Yes.
So she kind of did what it's. You know what? It's the same scenario as what we were just talking about in the vampire movie with
Asian lady. Yeah.
The same thing. Her emotions. It took precedence over logic.
So the moral of the story today is think.
Mm-hmm. Well, most men are gonna be like they're gonna be real logical about the situation. They gonna think about it. Even they're gonna do what makes sense. And if you notice, they usually put that in movies too. Like, somebody acting extremely emotional and it's a logical dude that's gonna come and slap them, or you like, make sense out of the situation. Like, nah, we can't do that. Like, I understand that it's your child and everything like that. Even my child out there too, but I got to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows if we gonna even make it over there?
You know what though? Out of all those people, going back to Sinners, she was the only person, if I'm not mistaken, that had someone outside of that the vicinity, like the building.
That was Braden.
Yeah, or that was alive. The twins, one of them, like they loved each other. And then the one that was still alive, his lady was there.
Mm-hmm.
So
the dude, the security guard, his wife was out there.
Yeah, but he was already no. But he was already done.
Oh yeah.
So you had Delroy, which is his real
name. Oh yeah, you're right. She was the one that had someone that wasn't turned that was out there waiting on her. So
Delroy's his real name, which is the guy that played the harmonica, I believe. That's his real name. So all he said he cared about was his harmonica or whatever he was playing, and liquor.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing too, though. Like, not to get long-winded about this, but his role was dope too because he was drinking just based off of what he's seen.
Mm-hmm.
The traumas that he endured when he was in jail, and not when he was in jail, before he went to jail, when they cut off his homeboy man parts, and he saw them handle him, and he had all that money and they took it, and that was crazy to me too because it's like a lot of times. In them days and times, it wasn't no self-help books. It wasn't no therapy like that. It wasn't no other way to deal with emotions like that. You just had to endure. You just had to deal with it. You just had to accept, like, that's what it was. And then, like, even having
it wasn't even had to. That's just what it was because you didn't even know nothing else like this. Yeah, like that's. I didn't even think about it. But that, what you just said with him saying he seen his friend have all this money, they took it from him. They basically stole it.
Right.
This go back when it was like people hide money in the mattress, hide money in TVs, like put it in the bank and it would be stolen. Or those times it could be taken, stolen.
Right.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Actually, there's a lot that happened in that movie, even though we on
they definitely had a great accurate depiction of what was going on during that time period. Even just the look of the whole scenes, of the way the scenes was looking and everything was. I thought
it would have been a dope movie by itself if they just played up on the clan coming back to take the property. Just that plot alone was dope because when the vampire mentioned it,
exactly.
I was like, oh shit, like that's I wasn't.
You weren't thinking about nothing like that. So that was a great plot twist.
It was.
Yeah, great plot twist. Yeah.
Oh, you could cut it.
Yeah, old boy told him, he was like, man,